Welcome to the Tiny and Katy Show podcast. Today we have a very special edition for you where we're going to be talking to country superstar Jake Owen, bringing his Dreams to Dream tour 2 nights to the area, Thursday to DC and Saturday to York, Pennsylvania. So many questions and wonderments that we have for Jake Owen that will be
the hell are wonderments?
And inquiries.
The Spanish Inquisition.
That we will get to next.
Here we go. Look, it shows up as his name.
I like it.
Tiny and Katy. It's the Tiny and Katy Show.
And we're back with technical difficulties, but nonetheless, we are making this work. This goes to show you how wonderful and accessible country superstars are. My cell phone here, Jake Owen, is on the line. We're holding up to the microphone. Jake, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
It sounds really good.
I think it sounds great. You also have a lovely voice, so whether it's through speaker or whatever kind of technology, it's going to work just perfectly because you have such a lovely voice.
Oh, well, thank you, Katy. I appreciate you complimenting my voice.
Oh, well, anytime.
Well, you just laid into
my.
I feel like you were like channeling Humphrey Bogart.
You've quite the lovely voice yourself.
Oh, go on, please.
And sadly, she means it, Jake. Trust me. So, Jake, we got you on here because it's the Dreams to Dream tour, and it's unlike any tour you've ever done as far as the delivery of the show. From what I understand with these shows, you were literally taking your latest album, Dreams to Dream, and you were going top to bottom, song to song. Is that correct?
That's my plan, I've always really dreamed of playing an album top to bottom and people actually caring.
Right.
And I've played a bunch of shows throughout my years where I've played all my big hit songs, and I'll continue to do that. I would go out this summer and do that too. But this album is like really important for me to make at a really important time in my life, and I feel like people that are true fans of mine that would like to hear this album in this way with this kind of cool new band setup that I have, and is something I wanted to do in a more intimate setting like these theaters, and I've been excited to do it, and I've also been a little nervous if I'm being honest, because it's a bit of a challenge and a risk for me to go play these songs when people are kind of probably going to be screaming like, play Barefoot Blue Jean.
Right. Right.
That would be Katy.
Yeah, that'll be Katy. But again, like it's not that I won't like touch on some of those songs probably if people want them, but like I think there's this inner desire that I've always had that I've been like, I want people to appreciate music that I appreciate and I love sometimes. And I think there's a feeling sometimes as an artist where you're lucky enough to have hit songs that you kind of become like a prisoner to those songs where you can't ever, you know when you've gone to a guy's show before or someone's show that you want to see and they're like, here's a new song off my new record, and you're like, all right, when are you going to play the stuff we know?
Right, yeah.
Like next, yeah.
Right. And so the reason I've been excited about kind of prefacing people on the fact that I am excited to play a lot of this new music is so they kind of know what they're getting when they come there, and then they can leave going, wow, like I was not expecting to really thoroughly be like pulled into that, but it is something that I'm excited. To me, it's kind of like, if you go see a movie you've never seen before and you don't know, maybe you know the actor that's in it, but like you don't know what the movie's about, you can kind of walk away from that movie and be like, I was not expecting that to be that, but I loved that. And to me, that's kind of like the challenge of what I just want to do on these 12 shows. And I feel like if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it was 12 shows and I move on with my life, but like I really am excited about it.
I was going to ask you how many shows you were doing with just this, and you answered that question. Is there something about this particular album that sticks out or is more special, and that's why you chose to do this particular album as opposed to any in the past?
Yeah, there's tons of stuff that's different. I mean, if I'm being really honest with you and everyone else and the fact that I made this album, I mean, like, I'm 44 years old now. I was 24 years old when I got a record deal. So I've been 20 years into a business. I've been married. I've been divorced. I've had kids. I've been separated again for the second time in my life. Like, amongst the Barefoot Blue Jean Night, Made for You, whole beautiful fantasy of this guy who has a record deal and is living his best life. At the core, I've been living hell, honestly. And like, I think that it's important for not only myself, but like my fans to like see the honesty in people that are actually living life like they are. You know what I mean? There's a lot of my fans that were 24 years old when I was 24, you know, that have also been married and divorced and know what it feels like to sit at home alone some nights when you don't have your kid, you know, on that Tuesday or whatever. And like, you're going, what's life like now? You know what I mean? I'm not trying to sound like sad or anything, but I'm just saying like great country music has always addressed things that are very real. And I think sometimes we all try to shove back and put away the things we don't want to talk about. But I think that a lot of people will find fulfillment in coming out to the show and like knowing that like, just like them, I'm going through the same thing everybody else goes through. Just because, you know, I may be talking to you on the radio station or just because they may see a music video online or something doesn't mean that I don't have a heart that also breaks and hurts sometimes too, you know?
I think
that's what this music really is.
I love the fact that you're letting your fans really get to know you, you know, and get in that more intimate setting. And yes, I love Jake Owen and I know his music, but who is he as a person? What has he gone through? And I think that is massively appealing to so many people.
Yeah. For me, I feel like it's my way of being honest. You know, I mean, there's been times I've been in Target and somebody's walked up to me and they've been like, "You Jake Owen?" And I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Dude, like you're wearing shoes." You're right. And I'm like, are you for real right now? And it's funny because it's like people have this perception of like, oh, I'm like the beach guy from Florida that should just be shirtless and barefoot all the time.
Yes, you should be that person.
and it's, yeah, right. But I'm a human being that like feels things too, like everybody else. And like I go to Target and get my toothpaste, right? I go to like I sit at home some nights by myself and I cry and I wonder what it's like if I would have made different decisions or like what it would be like I'm a human. And so I want to feel human things, and I want other people that are spending life with me to also feel the humanity that we all share. And I think if we're really being honest and not too deep this morning on the phone, like that's the thing with the world right now, is if we could all just realize that we all have beating hearts and we breathe the same air and we're all in this together in a weird way, I think we'd understand each other more.
You know, it's not easy, Jake, for an artist to, especially one that's seasoned such as yourself, a veteran, it's not easy to be vulnerable like that. And I will say that, you know, I commend you because doing this, whether it's one show, 12 shows, or 100 shows, there's obviously a risk involved with this that there might not otherwise be if this was just regular, you know, come see Jake Owen at such and such a venue. But you're being vulnerable, you're being honest, and I think that should set a tone for the audience that hasn't seen this, that doesn't know what to expect, to say, you know what, we're going to see Jake Owen like we've never seen him before. And when you go into it with the expectation that you don't have to necessarily, and I use the term, worry about, well, I can't wait to hear all the hits. This is what I'm going to hear. I think the audience may wind up being more attentive because they already know what they're expecting.
Yeah, and I really hope so. And I think that if they do, I think that what they will walk away from is, honest to God, I think they'll think, wow, that's the best show that I've ever seen at a Jake Owen show. And I think it's because, you know, we all can go to plenty of shows that are full of lights and glamour and smoke and glitz and screaming and like whatever and partying and whatever. And this will be fun too. Don't get me wrong, we'll have a good time. And the musicianship and the band that I have is awesome. That was another hard thing for me. Like I've had a lot of my same guys for my whole career, and I had to go to all of them this year. And I was like, boys, listen, I got to do this for me for these 12 shows. So I put together a whole new band. I don't have anyone in my, like, so not only am I going playing new songs for people, but I'm playing it with a band I've never played with before.
Wow.
Yeah, that's fun.
And I'm like, but I needed like this whole new thing. I just needed to do it. And, and I'm excited. So more so too, I'm very grateful that y'all, are just kind of, helping me spread the word about it. And I'm looking forward to coming up and seeing you.
Well, why wouldn't we? I mean, you're Jake Owen, for God's sake. You always will be. We still play, your music. Our audience
Love
loves
it.
you. And
yes, absolutely.
we've been giving away tickets, and people have gone crazy for those. So we're ready for you, Jake. Now, the only question I think Katy has is, so we're talking to Jake Owen now, and we're going to let him go. But on the 26th, he's playing D.C. On the 28th, he's playing York, Pennsylvania. The question Katy has is, do you have any plans on the 27th?
Yeah, what are you doing in between these 2 days?
I don't know. Why? What you got for me?
There you go.
Oh, well, I can put together a full itinerary and send it over your way. We'll have you here at the radio station. We'll make a whole night of it.
Get you taken care of, man.
All right. Well, I'll look into that.
All right, Jake. Hey, thank you so much for joining us. We wish you the best at the show. Hopefully we'll see you at one of those 2 shows here, but if not, we'll definitely catch up somewhere down the road, okay?
All right, y'all. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I'll see you
thanks.
soon.
Thanks,
All right,
Jake. Take care.
Take care, brother. Bye-bye.